hating on you with their friends, girl, you got it.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be finishing up part 2 of the first video of how to gain weight and glow your glutes. So before we start, I just want to go over a couple of things. Number 1, please consult with your nutritionist, your doctor, and a licensed professional. I am not that. I'm just sharing my story, and I also want to say that depending on what year, what month you watch this video, all this information is subject to change. Nothing is set in stone, because there's a whole bunch of things in fitness that we thought was factual back in the day that now has been disproved. So just be aware that any of this information is subject to change. This is the year 2024, so right now we're going off of the year 2024. So please try to take this information with a grain of salt. If it helps you, great. If it doesn't, I apologize, but I also wanted to say that. Today we're going to be going over some keywords and definitions in fitness for the people who don't have the verbiage, because I always feel like that is extremely important for us to go over. And then also how to properly measure yourself, how to calculate your calories, and knowing the difference between organic products. So we're gonna start with BMI. BMI stands for, and I'm gonna read this off because I wanna get this correct. Body mass index. This is according to the CDC.gov, is a person's weight in kilos divided by the square of height in meters. A high BMI can indicate high body fat. BMI screens for weight categories that may lead to health problems, but it does not diagnose the body's exact fatness or health of an individual. So that's the first keyword. Next, so macros. Macros is short for macronutrients, a term used to describe the nutrients your body needs in large amounts, significantly carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So macros is basically the 3 of these: carbohydrates, fats, and protein, which is moving on to the next. The next keyword is progressive overload. I want to be very particular, that's why I'm going to continue to read off of my phone. But progressive overload is when you gradually bump up the intensity of your strength training workouts to increase muscle size, strength, and endurance. Progressive overload. Moving on to the next. So we're going to talk about another keyword, which is surplus. Well, eating in a surplus is when the total intake of calories in a day is more than what you burn. And then I'm gonna also mention, and also like the opposite of calorie surplus will obviously be a calorie deficit as the next keyword. And a calorie deficit simply means that you're eating fewer calories than you are burning. These are important because you guys are gonna see a lot of videos on social media and the internet using these types of phrases and keywords, and I want you guys to know what they're saying, because I didn't know what they were saying. So just want to put that out there. Now we're going to be moving on to how to properly measure yourself. This is basically what I use to track everything: first month, second month, my current weight, my height, my weight goal, my calorie intake, my protein intake. I'm going to give you guys a better look at the paper. But I also want to show you guys the measuring tape that I use. I use the inches side and not the centimeter side. And then in the next clip, I will be showing you how I use that to measure my body. But yeah. Here is a better look at the picture. At the bottom is where we're going to calculate our calories and protein intake. As we make our way up, you have the right calf, right thigh, left thigh, hips, bust, waist, right arm, left arm, and etc. I promise you guys it's not rocket science. I use this little metal tip at the top to place it in the middle of whatever I'm measuring and then go from there. That's the only method that I truly use. just put it in the middle of my bicep area, not my whole entire arm, because obviously that would be my elbow area, but I really just want to focus on my biceps because that's what I actually care about when it comes to the growth. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm gonna lean forward to kind of show you guys where it ended. And again, that's why I put that metal part in the middle of wherever I'm beginning, so that way where it ends, it could show me the exact number. So I always make sure to put it in between the middle of the place where I'm measuring. Here I'm measuring at the belly button area, which is the middle of where my waist is. And then here up in between my hips, this is the most middle part of my hip area between my waist and the bottom of my butt. At the end of this, I'll put all my measurements on the screen so you guys can see. But right now, I'm just showing you guys how I'm measuring each body part. Now we're moving on to my thigh area. Mind you, I have very long limbs, so it might look different for y'all, but this is what it looks like for me because I'm literally all legs. So labels like so I'm gonna show you guys on the screen these two different labels, and basically please be aware of the labels that you guys are using. I'm gonna list the thing right here so you guys can see the difference between the labels, and make sure that you know, just because a product has organic in its title or that's the name of the company does not mean that what they're selling is organic. So please be sure to have the right labels when you guys are buying your food. Pay attention to the right stuff. I'm gonna put it up here again, and also I'm gonna show you guys how to calculate your calories, your macros. So yeah, let's get into that before this camera dies. So according to the label, 1 egg, sorry about my handwriting, that is 50 grams equals 60 calories. Fat is 4, and then protein is 6 grams. So the fact that I have 4 eggs, and we're just saying for hypotheticals that all of them are 50 grams, and yeah, okay, so for hypotheticals, even though each egg probably weighs a different amount, we're gonna say for this example that all of them weigh 50 grams. So if I know that all of them weigh 50 grams, I'm just gonna go ahead and calculate everything times 4. And I wanna make sure this is accurate, so I'm gonna use a calculator. So 60 times 4 is 240 calories. 4 times 4 is 16 calories. No, excuse me. Fat. And then protein, 6. 6 times 4 equals 24 grams of protein. I don't know if y'all can see that. So that means my eggs already come out to this much without anything being added, like without any cheese or bacon. This is just the eggs alone. So 240 calories, 16 total fat, and then 24 grams of protein. So now we're gonna do the bagels. Because we're only eating 1 bagel, the label pretty much already tells us how much it's gonna be. We can go ahead and weigh it, but for the purpose of this example, we're not gonna weigh it. We're just gonna go based on what they told us. So 1 is 260 calories, 3 grams of fat, and then 11 grams of protein. We can add these up and get the total amount. So in total for our breakfast, 240 plus 260 is 500. calories, and then 16 fat plus 3 is 19 fat, and then 24 grams of protein plus 11 grams of protein is 35 grams of protein. This is what we're actually gonna be eating for breakfast right here. This is what the label has already told us. 1 egg that is 50 grams of weight will equal 60 calories, 4 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein. So when we did the calculation for the 4 eggs, it came out to 240 calories, 16 fat, and 24 grams of protein. Now, because we're only doing 1 bagel, we use directly the information from the label, which is 260 calories, 3 grams of fat, 11 grams of protein. And then when we added the total, it came out to 500 calories, 19 grams of fat, and 35 grams of protein.
No, I'm not for the bitch. Oh. We did it, y'all.
Okay, let me mark that. I need to take this serious, bro.
You shopping for the whole month?
I want to let you guys know, even though I shop for the month, I make sure to freeze all my food, all my meats, my bagels I freeze as well, and also my fruits. I cut them up in little Ziploc bags and I freeze them so that way they can last longer, and I don't have to keep returning to the store because the economy is crazy.
And
then
yes, looks good. Organic Selma.
is it broken? It's dripping on me.
That's not the one, baby. I can't even focus. I'm put.
It's with it.
I want to make sure because I sometimes fall off when the grocery